welcome to a new Disneyland Paris vlog series. And we're here at Manchester Airport, Terminal 1, flying with Easyjet, and I don't know what else to say, but come along. Hi, so we've been through ages actually, haven't we? But we went through security pretty fast. It was quite busy, wasn't it? And that kind of felt like the staff didn't know what they were doing. You know, when you have one of those security experiences where it's a bit like, it's a bit manic. But anyway, we got through. We've just had pizza, so we'll just show you now what the pizzas look like. We're in Pizza Lux, which is here at Terminal 1. The food options in Terminal 1 are a little bit compared to Terminal 2, because Terminal 2 you've got like Wagamama's, San Carlo, the pub, you've got Archie's, Barbarito, loads of options, and there's not that many options here in Terminal 1. But this pizza place was alright. They're a little bit short staffed, but we didn't wait that long, did we? And so now it's 7:05. Our flight's supposed to be at 8:25, but we've had a notification on the Easyjet app to say that we are delayed. So I'll turn you around to Becky and she can explain to you the delay.
Well, I don't know what caused the delay.
No, we don't know what's caused it,
but we're delayed about half an hour, supposedly.
Yeah.
Do you know what's quite handy? So actually on the Easyjet app,
it's like linked with flight radar, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can actually track the flight, and I literally
turn it around.
Literally watched our flight take off.
So that's our plane. It's currently still in Paris, so it's just left Paris, hasn't it?
Yeah, it departed 6 minutes ago.
It's literally going past that other airport that you can fly to. Yeah. That's the other airport. So it's still in Paris. If you just scroll up, so yeah, so it should have been 8:25, and it's now delayed to 8:50. So we should, although we only actually land 10 minutes later than what we should have been.
Although all day it has been saying that we'll land about 10:30. So taking like 25 minutes off, but now it's saying 10 minutes extra.
Yeah.
But it's fine, as long as we got on that plane, as long as we're in Paris.
I don't really care about being delayed, providing it's not delayed by like 7 hours, and providing it doesn't get cancelled. I mean, we're not doing anything when we get there, we're just going straight to the hotel, so yeah, I'm not really too fussed about half an hour delay, but we'll keep you updated. Although I don't think it will go any later because the plane's on its way.
The plane's on its way, and there will be another flight from Charles de Gaulle back to Manchester once we've landed.
So it should be fine basically. Yeah, and now we're going to go and have a look around the shops because we've got quite a while to wait. We're going to have a look around the shops, get some drinks for the hotel room later, and yeah, so we'll see you next when we get to Paris. Okay, we are here. We just had a very exciting experience happen, but I'll explain that when we get to where we're going. But Easyjet have redeemed themselves, that's all I'm going to say. But I thought I would just show you guys how to, well, not how to order an Uber because you know how to order an Uber, but like where to get an Uber from, because I see this on Facebook all the time. Where'd you get an Uber from? Where'd you get an Uber from? So I'm going to show you. So we've just landed in Terminal 2D. B. No, it's D. Terminal, I'll put it on screen, I'm pretty sure it's Terminal 2D.
Yeah, you're right.
And then I will show you where to, let me just walk through nothing to declare, one sec. There we go. So there's signs in this terminal. Oh look, hello. No thanks. There's signs. Follow the ride app pickup signs. Now that's actually new. Well, I say it's new. It might not be new because we usually fly Air France and come into a different terminal, so this is a little bit different. But it's quite clearly signposted. So if you've flown Easyjet and coming into Terminal 2D, follow the signs on the floor, and then when we get there in a minute I will show you. But if you are flying with Air France and come into Terminal 2E, usually you get off the plane and you come out at arrivals as you would, but when you order an Uber or a Bolt, you have up to departures. We're usually on the ground and I have to go up, don't we? But sometimes it's on the ground at arrivals. However, I'd say eight times out of 10, not 9 times, 8 times out of 10, you have to go upstairs to departures. But it can be a little bit confusing on the app because, like, if you're on the ground floor, it could show that the taxi's here, but it'll be like the floor above here or something. So really, this isn't very useful advice, is it? Because I'm like, it might be here, it might be there. Well, but anyway, we're in 2D at the minute and I'm following the signs still on the floor, so we'll show you where we end up and if we order a taxi and where it comes from. But top tip, don't get that one. What I was going to say is do not get in a taxi with someone who's just lurking around at the airport saying, do you want a taxi? Well, I'm saying it might be absolutely fine, but I've heard a lot of horror stories of people that have been like ripped off and scammed, and I personally think it's better to book through Uber or Bolt. Anyway, so these signs on the floor are starting to veer off to the left. Now we're on the ground here at arrivals. There's another sign here, this blue sign on the left says ride app pickup. We shall see. Sometimes though, you do end up having to go upstairs to departures. So usually an Uber for us from the airport to Disney area, because usually a Disney hotel, costs for anything between 60 to 80 euros. 80 euros tends to be if it's an XL though. But we've been looking on Bolt, which we've never done before, and it's coming up at 40 euros, so we shall see. Okay, so Becky literally checked on the Bolt app on the plane. It came up at 43 euros. She's now checking on my phone, it's coming up as 60 euros. So we're just going to check.
So on mine, it's coming up at 62.
You literally checked on the plane though when we landed, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it's gone up whole 20 euros.
Let me check Uber.
Yeah. $59, it's practically the same.
Practically the same. 4 minutes, 3 minutes,
whichever. That's odd though, isn't it?
That's
because we checked back in Manchester, we checked when we just landed, and now it's gone up by a whole 20 euros. That's bizarre.
But if we do it through yours, we've got a discount code, so on the way home we'll get money off the trip.
Yeah.
So should we do it on yours?
What, on Bolt?
Oh, it says 8 minutes now.
Oh,
pushing it.
I mean, we're not in a rush, but
True.
So this is the ride pickup area. So we came from down there, and then this appears to be it. Lots of people waiting, which is like the ground floor. And like literally up there on that ramp is where departures is. So sometimes you have to go up, but we'll see. Okay, we've got trouble in paradise. We booked a Bolt and then we couldn't find it, nowhere to be seen, and then it cancelled on us. And then I'm pretty sure it was upstairs, even though we're in the ride app pickup area.
Yeah, I think it's upstairs.
We've now ordered another one and we're pretty certain it's going to go upstairs. So, like I've just said, 8 times out of 10 they go upstairs and not where they're actually supposed to go. So let's go and have a look. Right, so there's the ride pickup area on the ground floor. We're just coming inside. I can't tell you how many times this has happened. This is what, trip number 7?
Yeah.
and out of 7 trips we've got an Uber pretty much every time. We've only ever managed to successfully get an Uber from downstairs once, even though that's supposed to be where you get the Ubers from. So we're at the lift. We're currently here at arrivals. We're going to go up to departures. I bet you bottom dollar that's where it is. Sauté. Right. Becky. Definitely just nearly walked into the window. Right, now we're up at departures. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we're here. We've not gone in yet. We're just outside the hotel. Turn around. You can see there's the pink sign just behind me. It's very quiet out here.
It's nice, fresh air.
So we ended up with a Bolt. It took 4 attempts. All the Ubers and all the Bolts were going upstairs to departures. Literally everybody who was downstairs in that ride pickup area ended up upstairs. Yeah, it took us 4 attempts, and they started off in like the €60 mark, and we ended up paying €45 by the time we got the person who picked us up, didn't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're here. We just arrived outside the hotel, so we're going to go in, find the room, and then yeah, we'll have a little chat about what the room looks like, what the hotel looks like, and our nice little experience with Easyjet. Let's go in. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's 2 single beds. Interesting. Oh, this is nice. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Very snazzy. Welcome, Emma Victoria Knowles, got a full name there.
What happens in room 366 stays in room 366.
That's funny. This is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we did book a double, but it's a twin, but that's fine.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice. First impressions, it looks extremely clean.
Very modern. By the looks of it.
Very nice, very well lit. Nice. You happy?
Yeah. You?
Yeah?
Oh, have we got like a balcony?
I don't think so. No, just a window. Right. Very impressed. We've literally, this is like 30 seconds later, we've literally just pushed the beds together because we were like, are you bothered? Not too bothered, but semi are bothered, semi not bothered. Anyway, the stool that was in between, I've just pulled out, pushed them together. That's absolutely fine.
Cast to TV.
Because then there's more space. It's so nice in here. Yeah. This is a smart TV and there's a Chromecast on it. Okay. So we can watch our own Netflix and stuff from home and cast to the telly. There is a plug socket here, this side of the bed. There is
2 there.
2 plug sockets there, a USB and a USB-C. Is that what that one is?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. There is, on this side of the bed, another plug socket, a USB and a USB-C. Bedside lights. I'm impressed just by the amount of plug sockets that there is.
Really
there's like a little desk area, but you can also like fold it up if you don't want it and just like have a little seat area, which is pretty cool.
This is really nice.
There's no proper wardrobe, it's like open plan.
Yeah.
But that's fine by me. There's another plug here, right next to the full length mirror. Becky's already hung a jacket up. Little hooks as well on here, as well as hangers. There's thermostat on the wall as you come in. Right next to the door there is another plug socket. And then bathroom. I don't think there'll be any plug sockets in here. Hand soap, and in the bath there is, not bath, the shower, hair and body wash and conditioner. I am very impressed. Obviously we need to sleep here. Yeah.
First impressions though.
First impressions.
I want to come back.
Top notch. Obviously we've arrived in the dark, so location wise we don't really know properly until tomorrow. Oh, this is a sliding door. Ta-da. The bathroom's quite small. You don't really, like, for 2 people,
That's all you need, isn't it?
it's just a bathroom, isn't it? Like, it's quite small. Like, there's the door and there's the toilet. But, because I have seen on reviews a lot of people moan about the size of the bathroom, but I think you'd probably only moan about the size of the bathroom if you was here as a family and you've got children that you're trying to help, like in the shower or whatnot, and there's like not much space. But
surely it would be bigger anyway.
Very impressed, aren't we?
Very impressed.
The beds look comfy. Obviously all beds can look comfy until you sleep in them, and everyone's got different what's the word, like preferences on like softness or hardness or firmness of a mattress and a pillow and blah blah blah. So yeah, first impressions, very impressed. Okay, I'm just going to keep picking up the camera as and when I'm like noticing and thinking of things, just because when we booked this hotel, when we was debating booking it, I tried to like check YouTube for people's reviews and videos, and the only videos were in French. There wasn't any Brits that had done a video, so it was kind of hard to get like an understanding of like what the hotel was like. So first impressions, really really nice, super clean, everything looks really nice, really modern. Becky thinks it's very millennial, and I completely agree. The only downside I would say is that there is not much storage. Now, most millennials go on holiday and pretty much live out of a suitcase and don't unpack, do they? So if you are the sort of person who doesn't unpack, I mean, there's a nice little ledge here that you can put your suitcase on. There's also just there one of those fold out things as well that you put a suitcase on, so I'm guessing that is what the idea is. But there isn't a single, apart from those few hangers that are hanging up at the top, there is no drawers. There's not a single drawer at all. Like, there is no storage at all. Now you might like that, because you might be like, well, that doesn't matter to me because I will just live out the suitcase. So it personal preference basically. But if that is something that you're bothered about, there's, excuse me, there is no storage. Anyway, it's 1 AM, so we're gonna get our stuff out and get in bed. And I am dying of thirst. I'm so thirsty. Are you, Becky? Oh, before we get in bed, we need, well, we'll get in bed and then we'll explain Easyjet. Right, we're now in bed. It is 18 minutes past 1. We've literally just got changed, got a couple of things out of our bags and got into bed because it's late. Obviously at home it's only like 20 past 12, but yeah, we need to adjust to the times. I mean, it's only an hour difference, but still. We were just saying this like evening's been like really dragged out. As I said on like the previous videos, like we usually do like the first flight out, and I don't know that everything's usually really fast. Yeah. And what I mean by that is like there's not usually a delay because it's like the first flight of the day, so why would there be a delay unless it's like a problem with the aircraft? Obviously we got delayed, and then it took us like an entire hour from us landing to us going through passport control, which was pretty straightforward, like normal, and then trying to get a bloody Uber or Bolt. Took a whole hour, so we didn't end up leaving the airport until we landed at just gone 11, and we didn't end up leaving the airport till nearly midnight. And then the journey's like a good 30 to 40 minute journey.
Yeah.
Now the journey took quicker than usual. It's usually like between 45 minutes to an hour depending on traffic, but usually we're getting here like about 8 o'clock in the morning, so obviously there's lots of cars about and lots of people about, and then usually go back to the airport around 5-6 o'clock in the afternoon. So, you know, getting on the, I don't know if they call it the motorway or the highway here, but getting on the motorway at midnight, it was a lot quieter. So the journey was only around half an hour, but obviously we're getting in bed now at like 1:20, and I was not anticipating us to get in bed this late. Was you? I was anticipating us to get here around midnight, not leaving the airport around midnight. So yeah, I just feel like the past few hours have just dragged, and considering like Manchester to Paris is such a short flight. Anyway, I'm yabbering now. Anyway, first impressions, the hotel, really good, very impressed. My only critique at this moment in time is storage. I do feel like they could do with just maybe like one drawer just to put a couple of things away. 'Cause I personally don't really like living out of a suitcase, do I?
No.
I do it semi, but I also, there's a few things I like to get out, but then there's nowhere to get it out and put it away, so it looks a little bit messy. But
I'm all for suitcase though.
yeah, but that's my only downside at this moment in time. I'd come here again, but you know, we haven't slept here yet or anything, so we shall see if I still have this same thought process on Friday. Anyway, before we go and say goodnight, just wanted to say, I briefly mentioned in the last video that the last time we flew with Easyjet, we had a horrendous experience. I said it on the last video and I'll say it again now. I'm not going to get into the details, and I think I've explained what happened before on a previous vlog, and if I have, I'll find it and I'll link it down below if you want to go and see what happened. But I was very angry with Easyjet the last time we flew with them. It was about 2 years ago now. We've flown with Air France ever since. To cut a very long story short, we basically had a very disappointing experience with a member of cabin crew on our flight home from Paris back to Manchester regarding Becky's disability. He was extremely disrespectful, I don't know how to say the word, discriminative. Yeah, that word. And ultimately we was refused to sit in the seats that we had paid for. That's all I'm going to say on that. Anyway, so we had a very bad experience. We've always gone with Easyjet, and then we've reluctantly booked Easyjet this time. And you know what? Aside from there was a slight delay, which they did explain when we got on board, is due to the air traffic control strikes, which are currently happening this week in France. We're pretty lucky that the flight didn't get cancelled, because a lot of flights this week have been cancelled. Aside from the slight delay, the cabin crew this evening were brilliant. They were all very nice, and as we was getting off the plane when we got here in Paris, the cabin crew manager, I can't remember what her name was. I wish I didn't. Did you see what her name was?
I don't know.
Anyway, she was the cabin crew manager for our flight. All the cabin crew tonight were French, they weren't British. Anyway, they were all brilliant, very good customer service. And as we was leaving the plane, the cabin crew manager said to Becky, would you like to go in the cockpit? Because when we was boarding the plane, you know, you say hello and whatnot, and Becky said, oh, the door was open to the cockpit, and Becky said, oh, look, the door's open, you can see all the buttons, didn't you? And the cabin crew manager was like, oh yeah, you can see, blah blah. It was just a very small interaction.
I like planes.
I like planes.
I like planes.
Yeah, Becky really likes planes. And we go to Manchester Airport runway, visitor park, or the airport pub. Not loads, but every now and again, don't we? And Becky watches some YouTube live streams of the runway at Manchester Airport and like Big Jet TV at Heathrow, don't you?
Yes.
So Becky's really into planes, and she kind of got quite excited when we were getting on the plane that the cockpit doors were open up and that. And when we was getting off, the cabin crew manager made a point of saying, would you like to go and say hello and go and sit in the cockpit? So I'll show you the footage now of my phone of that moment.
Oh wow.
Just sit down, enjoy.
Thank you. Do you want a picture? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really, really nice.
Absolute life made.
Yeah, dreams come true, haven't they?
Oh yeah.
You just need, well, dreams come true, you just need to go on an A380.
Oh.
And then dreams would come true.
Dreams would come true.
But yeah, you wasn't expecting to go in the cockpit this evening, was you?
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm very grateful. And I got to turn all the lights on.
Yeah. So, Easyjet, really nice experience this evening. The cabin crew were lovely. The flight was very smooth, so I feel like they've semi-redeemed themselves. You know, I'm never going to forget what happened on the last time we stepped foot on an Easyjet flight. But they've definitely given me a little bit more confidence in flying with them again. However, what I will say is that the Easyjet staff at Manchester Airport were not very nice. Not to us, fine with us, but they were very... I don't know what another word is for the word that I want to use, but I don't really want to use the word that I want to use. The staff at Manchester Airport, the Easyjet staff at the gate to board the plane, were very moody. There was another family whose son had a sunflower lanyard on. Now usually in the past, no matter what airline we've flown, whether it's been Easyjet, Air France, whether it's been TUI on another holiday or Jet2, usually with a sunflower lanyard and you've booked, like, you've kind of made the airline aware of your disability, usually you don't have to like get in the queue to board. You'd usually kind of make the gate staff aware of who you are. You'd be like, hi, I'm whoever. And then usually they say, all right, just wait here at the side. And then before they start announcing whoever to board, they'll usually say, we want to invite passengers with disabilities. Is that what they usually say? And like...
They normally just say special assistance.
Special assistance, that's what they say. We want to invite special assistants up first. And usually people with like push chairs will go up all at the same time. Anyway, I went up and said, oh, is there anywhere special that we need to stand? She said, oh, just get in the speedy boarding queue. So we were like, right, fine. So we got in the speedy boarding queue. I did hear this family go over and basically ask the same question. She said, you need to get in the speedy boarding queue. Now this mum, there was about 5 of them, and the son had a sunflower lanyard on. The mum said, oh, my son's autistic, I won't be able to get him to stand in that queue. Because, you know, bear in mind, there's different levels of all different disabilities, and whether it be physical, whether it be neurodiverse, X, Y and Z, and there's different severities and whatnot of what people can cope with and different things. You know, some people might not be able to cope with sound, and so other people might be absolutely fine. Some people might not be able to cope with queues, and other people might be absolutely fine. Anyway, this mum said, I'm not going to get him in that queue. And so the Easyjet staff member said, okay, just wait here and I'll call you up first. Anyway, 5-10 minutes pass. Next minute she just starts boarding, speedy boarding, and then the normal queue, and this poor family's at the side, and the mum was fuming, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And she wasn't happy. And when we was in the queue, she was quite a few families back, but I did overhear her saying, like, she just completely forgot about us. Now, that's quite stressful, and to someone watching this who doesn't understand neurodiversity or specifically autism, you might be like, oh, get over it, you got forgotten, just get in the queue. That can be a really big deal and very stressful for someone who's autistic, who might struggle with that sort of thing. And if they've got in their head that they're going to go in first, and that's what the routine is, for that to change, literally you could then be dealing with a ginormous meltdown on your hand. Luckily her son was fine, but that's what you could be dealing with. And I think it was quite poor of the Easyjet staff at Manchester to just disregard and just basically not care about the family. If that makes sense. I'm not saying like they didn't care, but as in just to
they didn't
be a little bit.
I don't necessarily
just
think
to be.
It was.
She didn't.
I didn't think she forgot.
No.
It was purposely done.
It was,
yeah. They didn't get in the queue.
Yeah.
So she was like...
She doesn't understand that actually, for some people, getting in that queue could be near impossible. Becky's a little bit different. Like, you will get in a queue, won't you? But there's other people that won't. Anyway, rant over. It wasn't really a rant. just a little bit of a something that I noticed. Another thing that I noticed is that they were spot checking loads of people for hand luggage, cabin bag cases, and putting them in the box. And there was at least...
Not if you were speedy boarding.
Not if you were speedy boarding, no. But if you were in like the main queue, they were literally spot checking everybody, put it in the box, put it in the box. And at least 3 or 4 people got charged at the gate for oversized cabin bag. Anyway, I've been talking for 11 minutes, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, thumbs up for Easyjet this evening. Lovely experience for us, maybe not for some other people, on our flight, and thumbs up so far for Moxy Paris Val d'Europe.
Just a quick one on the Easyjet.
A minute. I was literally about to sneeze and then it's gone. Sorry, go on.
So they have 3 different operators, Easyjet.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can get it up. So like our flight on the way out was operated by Easyjet Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, our flight on the way home is operated by Easyjet UK.
So that means the staff on the flight home will be
British,
yeah.
And I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah. But yeah.
Because if you think about what happened at the gate to that poor family,
That was the UK staff.
that was the UK staff.
Yeah.
Think about what happened to us, that was the UK staff.
Yeah.
So,
All the people that got charged as well for their luggage, and I'm not even joking, they were being so pedantic.
really
The
pedantic.
EasyJet staff, like, I'm not going to get into it, but they were being very pedantic. But yeah, that was the EasyJet staff. So anyone who's had a bad experience from our flight this evening has been with the ground staff in the airport, not the cabin crew. Yeah, you got a good point there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, right, I am going to go now. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, that would really mean a lot to us. And if you have Instagram and you don't follow us on Instagram, go and follow us over on Instagram. We are at Daily Disney Girls.
Emma's always on it.
I'm always on it, yeah. Well, I say always on it. I upload a story quite a bit. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we shall see you tomorrow for day 1 in Disneyland Paris. Bye!